Hello everybody, Mr. B here once again for video 5 of our fraction series of videos. This video is about greatest common factors. What is the greatest common factor, which I'll abbreviate as the GCF? Well, it's the largest number that divides into the given numbers evenly. It's useful for simplifying fractions, as we'll see later. All right, let's find the GCF, the greatest common factor for 12 and 18. It happens to be 6. I'm just telling you that. We'll have a systematic way of doing it in a minute, but 6 is the biggest number that divides into both 12 and 18 evenly. Certainly 6 goes into 12 twice, 18, 6 goes in 3 times. I guess, is there a bigger number than 6? 8 doesn't go into 12. Yeah, 6 is the biggest number that divides into both those given numbers evenly. Okay, let's look at the systematic method. And you'll be happy to know that if you've created the factor table that you made for the least common multiple, you can use the same table to get the GCF, the greatest common factor. So I'm using actually the same examples as in the previous video, video 4. We got the least common multiple for 12 and 18. Let's get the GCF. All you have to do is circle the stacks that are full. So what are the rules for finding the GCF from the table? Well, you circle the stacks that are full. Let's do that. Which stacks are full? This stack is full, and this stack is full for 12 and 18. Okay? Then you multiply the primes from each full stack using one number from each stack or circle. So we have a 2 and we have a 3. We have a stack of 2s, stack of 3s. We put down one number from each stack. And you multiply those together and you get 6. That's how you can get the GCF in a nice process, systematic process. Easy, right? Okay, so you use the same table as the LCM. All right. Next, let's find the greatest common factor for 360 and 840. We circle the full stacks. That stack's full, this stack's full, this stack, this one. This one's not full, this one's full, and there's no full stack of 7. So we multiply the prime we see in each circled stack, one number from each one. And what is it? That's 15 times 8. That's 120, I think. So 120 is the greatest common factor for 360 and 840. There's no number bigger that divides into both those numbers evenly. So 360 divided by 120, that's 3. 840 divided by 120, I don't know what that is. That is 7. In fact, it's interesting. It happens to be the extra number that you didn't circle. Can you see that? Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do another one. How about the one that had 3 numbers? We can get the GCF for 3 numbers easily. You create the table and you look for full stacks and you circle them. So there's a full stack of 2s. There's a full stack of 3s. And that's it. So the GCF, the greatest common factor, is 2 times 3, which is 6. So all these numbers, 6, 18, and 24, are all divisible by 6. And 6 is the biggest number that divides in evenly. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 24 divided by 6 is, what, 4? Okay, so they all divide in evenly, and 6 is the biggest one that does that. And it also works with a variable or more than one variable. Here we have one variable. We have x as a variable. It could be a y or something in there too. But anyway, what is the GCF for these quantities, 30x to the third and 24x to the fifth? We circle the full stacks. We've got a stack of 2s, a stack of 3s, and then we have some x's that are stacked, that are full stacks. In fact, there's 3. You can see why it's called the common factor, right? We have common prime factors of 2, 3, and 3x's. So anyway, 2 times 3, and then we have 3 x's because 3 stacks got circled here. That's 6x cubed. So apparently that is the largest quantity that divides into both of these quantities. So 30x to the third divided by 6x cubed. This should divide evenly. 6 goes into 35. The x cubes cancel, so we get 5. 24x to the fifth divided by 6x cubed. Well, 6 goes into 24, 4, and x to the third cancels 3 of the x's on the top, leaving x squared. So it divides in evenly, 4x squared times. And all right, 6x cubed is the greatest common factor here. All right, I think this has been our shortest video. Pretty easy to get the greatest common factor. All right, we'll see you in the next video.